Welcome back to Talking Story. My name is John Minton, and it is weekly reader time. It is time for us to sit down, catch up, let the week's stress go. I was just downstairs fighting with a bathroom mirror. Something simple, just hanging a bathroom mirror. It never goes the way you think. Always more than you're counting on. So I'm taking a nice break to breathe in and breathe out and come and talk to all you amazing people. Some of my greatest friends now on BookTube. It is so great to be here. Let's just say it right off. This Friday, we hit 1,000 subscribers. My mind is completely blown. When I started watching BookTube, and I kind of, I want to put my voice out there. I want to have some friends to talk books with. I think I want to do this. My son was nice enough to help me put this together and build this. Never did I stop and think at this point, 1,000 subscribers. I am gobsmacked, guys. Absolutely humbled and just blown away. And I have to thank each and every one of you. I hope you have as much fun as I do, because I'm having a blast. So I hope you guys are as well. Here's to you. Thank you so much for the support. It's absolutely amazing. And I am so humbled and thankful for all of you being here. We will absolutely do. It was too quick for us to put it together to do a live stream tonight, but we will absolutely be putting a live stream together on Tuesday. Our regular Tuesday video here at Talking Story will be the celebratory, oh my God, we hit 1,000 subs live stream. And it's going to be at 7 o'clock in the evening, Eastern time. And I hope all of you after work, with your family dinners or whatever, if you can, go ahead and log on and join us. I'm going to answer every question you shoot my way. And if you're all busy and don't show up, then I'll probably just, shout into the void or something like that. But that is our plan. Tuesday will be the celebratory live stream for hitting 1,000 subs. It'll be at 7 o'clock, and we'll put out, a coming soon thing, so it doesn't slip anybody's mind that wants to join us Tuesday night. After that, let's look at what we did last week on the channel. I put out my most anticipated reads for 2024. Some great stuff coming that I can't wait to see. I put out a review of We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle, and I have to absolutely put out an apology to Mike Shackle. I gave this in my review 4.75 stars. I took a quarter point off because there was a little a plot hole that I thought I saw, and it kind of took me out of the book. And right after, like 10 minutes after I put the review out there, Mike Shackle tweeted me on Twitter and told me that, no, you got two characters confused. That wasn't the same character, and that's what you're thinking. And wow. First, two things. I can't believe I did that. That just proves the point that I was trying to make in my video, that this thing flies, and I was so breathlessly reading at that point towards the end that I just missed that. So I felt like such a buffoon for missing that, number one. And then number two, how amazingly cool did I have the author of this tweeting at me, telling me what happened. I thought that it was, even though I was a doofus for missing that, I felt like it was such a high watermark to be able to reach out and have the author reach out to me and us to connect. It's everything I had dreamed of when I started this channel. So it was kind of the two extremes. I felt like a doofus, and at the same time I was like, oh my God, I'm tweeting back and forth with Mike Shackle after I just read his book. So my apologies to you, Mr. Shackle. This is a 5-star read. We will put up some type of disclaimer over that review. The nitpicky plot hole I thought I saw. You were so generous and kind and a true gentleman to show me the light of what was really going on there by me getting two characters confused in that breathless moment of me reading at that downhill slope of the end. So a 5-star read for sure. So let's go into what I was reading. I did finish We Are the Dead. The full review is up, even though it's somewhat flawed. My bad, my fault. Wow, what a great, this is such an amazing read. The character arcs are everyone where they start, they completely end up somewhere else. The horrible times they are living through, force them to change, force them to adjust because of this occupation that they are living through after a magical invasion. This is one of those books that you will read way too late into the night. You will just be turning pages. It is one of those things like, and I'm not saying it doesn't have substance, because it absolutely does. It evokes such amazing parallels to our own world and what we're going through around the globe, unfortunately now, and other times in our history. But it's I call it a Snicker bar read, because you just can't stop. You just have to gobble every bit of it. Once you get into the character arcs and these characters and those character moments that happen, oh no, I can't believe that happened. You can't stop reading. It is completely addictive, like candy. And that's why, for me, I call that a candy read. So what else did I get into this week? This is the absolute dichotomy of a candy read. I'm about, good 400 pages in. I should probably finish this in the next 2-3 days. Christopher Ruocchio's Empire of Silence, Book 1 of the Sun Eater Saga. This is not a candy read. This is, wow. It's hard for me to even break it down. You have to start with some type of amazing Vegematic and start throwing in all of these things that we have been and come from, and the stories that have created who we are, like Christopher Marlowe and Shakespeare and Rudyard Kipling and Orwell and a host of others, as well as Siddhartha's transcendent journey to enlightenment. So much is in here. It is a meditation on where we've come from, who we're becoming, who might have come before us, who we are, the ills of society that plague us when a group of us have to get together and live together, and that strata has to be created of who is in charge and who is making rules. For the betterment of us or for the oppression of us. It is an important work. And to think that he was 18 years old when he did this, or 18 or 19 when he did this, is shocking. It's as opposed to a page turner and a pace that is just breakneck. There are moments where you just have to set this aside and slow down a moment to process all the layers of what is going on. So completely the opposite kind of read of where I started the week. And what an amazing journey it's been for me this week, because I've got to go from all emotionality to more of a meditative processing type of book. So it's been an amazing week for me. I hope you guys have experienced the same kind of reading week. So next up, I had 2 books on the list. I have number 2 of the Warlord Chronicles, Empire of God, and I have Mistborn Era 2, the first book of that, Alloy of Law. Now, I had these on the shelf like this, but the closer I get, I'm not sure which one of these I want to pick up next after this type of book, because I like my reading life to be like that Whitman sampler, where I get, I like to have all different kind of tastes lined up. So I don't quite know which way I'm gonna go. I don't even know when I set this down and I hit the last page what I will want to do. It will be one of these 2, and if I get to the end of this and I can't quite make my decision, I have an idea where I'm going to leave it up to my beloved pug friend to decide, my beloved Pooh Bear, and I'm going to try and put that out as a short. If I come down to it and just can't make my mind up, I'm going to put that out as a short this coming week of how Pooh picks my next read. So be on the lookout for that little short if I can't make up my mind. And after that, coming up, I know going through all this month, I had said these were the next two I had set aside, the Matthew Corbett short story collection and the new Happen Leonard book by Joe R. Lansdale. But I'm telling you, this has thrown me for such a loop. I am going to call an audible. I feel like doing something different. So I'm going to push these probably more towards December. And I'm calling an audible after these two. Whatever I decide comes next, the other one will be right after. After that, I'm going to wrap up the month with Kagan the Damned, Jonathan Mawberry's first of his epic trilogy, epic fantasy trilogy. This is calling to me, so I'm going to call an audible to my reading list and give into a mood read because I've been building towards this for quite some time, and it's just calling to me, and I just want to make it happen. So it's going to happen this month. I've decided I'm going in for the mood read, and I will let all of you know about this and how I feel. Since I wrapped up his zombie apocalypse series in October for spooky season, this takes place 50,000 years after that apocalypse when humanity starts sprouting and coming up again. It's supposed to be like a sword and sorcery story as we rebuild on this earth after that apocalypse. So I'm kind of really charged to get to it. So I'm making that change. So if any of you have heard of this or are thinking about this, want to grab it or are thinking about it, read along with me at the end of the month. This is where we're going, and I will push these down the road probably to December because I need some thinner things in December too because I've got some massive chunkers filling out that month. So it kind of works out. So after that, let's just, what have I been watching on TV this week? I kind of felt called for, like, sometimes I just get in the mood for that type of real life story. Somebody that overcomes the odds and fulfills their dreams. And I saw on Netflix the documentary about Sylvester Stallone was out. I grew up loving and watching all the Rocky films. So that film was called Sly on Netflix. I went ahead and watched that documentary about somebody that quite possibly would have never been hired to headline their own flicks, create his own project, and make it all happen for himself. And I really enjoyed that. And also, I watched the docudrama called Naiad. This is on Netflix as well. And it's the story of Diane Naiad, who swam from Cuba to the Florida Keys. It took her multiple times to do it. She was in her early 60s when she finally succeeded. And wow, what a real life story. And the thing about this is that I absolutely, if this strikes any interest in any of you, the mastery of Annette Bening and Jodie Foster in the two main roles is just jaw-dropping. They are so committed to their roles. They are so completely natural and believable, living in the skin of their characters. It is phenomenal performances that I enjoyed from the very first second till the very end of the film. I found it very cathartic. I found it very uplifting. If you have any interest in that kind of flick at all, Naiad on Netflix, I highly recommend it. And other than that, I watched the season finale of Loki. I kind of felt lukewarm on this series going. It was kind of like hitting the well again for that feel-good buddy adventure between Loki and Mobius, and you know, a little bit more slapsticky humor. And I was kind of questioning, wow, is the MCU magic completely gone? It's just not working for me. And as it went along, I got more and more into it. And the finale, this is the first time I felt the MCU had captured some magic for me, and I'll say why. The character of Loki, who we started back, you know, all the way back in some of the very first MCU films, the very first Avengers films, and Thor movies, and all the way up through. This is a culmination and an ending of that character arc from not only the two seasons of the series, but all the way back to the beginning. That angst-ridden character of, why don't I have what I deserve? I deserve to be on my father's throne. I deserve to be recognized as not just a royal bastard, but so much more. It was such an amazing culmination of that character journey and where it all ended up. I found it incredibly fulfilling. There was several shots at the end that just wrecked me. I just the hat tips to his Norse mythology and such. I recommend this series. If it has a rocky start for you, it's going to take the character to the, I'm sorry, end game of where you've been looking for him to go, all the way back 15 years ago when he started appearing in these films. Absolutely highly recommended. I felt it captured some of that MCU magic again that I had been missing. So check that out if you have any interest at all on Disney Plus. Let's see, other than that, that's pretty much it. The downfall of that is, I don't know, it's kind of such a great end for that character. I don't know if we'll see him again. And what a loss, as all of these A-team characters, Iron Man, Captain America, Loki, as all of them take their final bow and exit stage. I think that's part of where some of that magic for the MCU is going. And so a great ending, but kind of a double-edged sword. If it's an ending, we are going to miss that character. So I guess that's it for me, guys. I hope to see you Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for our live stream. This is going to be our very, very first live stream from the studio. I hope we do not burn the house down. I hope Jacob is ready for this. I hope the tests have been run and everything is good to go. I've got a big screen here, so I should be able to see every one of your comments and questions. You might see me in some glasses, so I don't have to squint. But I can't wait to see you all here and celebrate with you. And I probably will have a glass of the fine Irish here to toast all of you and celebrate us hitting 1,000 subs. I am still completely blown away by it. So we will see you Tuesday. And after that, coming up for our second video of the week, Thursday, will be my talk with Dr. Philip Chase regarding the first book of his trilogy, The Way of Idan. And I cannot wait to talk to him. I was so smitten with that. All the themes of it, about how story defines us and inspires us and moves us as a people and culture and species. So I cannot wait to talk to him. So that will be coming up Thursday. And then we'll be right back here again Sunday to wrap up another week together. So please be kind to yourself. Please have an amazing reading week this week coming up. I'm finishing this, I know, and then maybe whatever Pooh Bear picks for me next. I know I'm going to have one. And, please be kind to yourselves. Have a great reading week. Let me know in the comments what you're reading, what you're thinking about, what you're watching. What am I missing? I love comments. I'm going to answer them within seconds if I possibly can. So absolutely hit me up down there. Hit that little thumbs up. Subscribe if you've been stopping in a couple times and you haven't yet, or if this is your first time and you just kind of, dig what we do here. It helps us grow the channel and it helps make things possible for us. So thank you so much for joining us. If you just kind of checked us out on a Sunday, at the end of a week, to see like the ramblings of a reader, to see what I've been up to and to touch base with us, that means you're book people. And if you're book people in my book, that makes you the best people. And truly, truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you to the best people for helping us reach 1,000 subs. I am overflowing with gratitude. My name is John Minton, and this has been Talking Story.